Hi, everybody. Hi. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a while since I've seen everybody, and I hope you're all doing well, feeling good. Coming into probably the new school year for many people. School just started here and stuff. I'm doing well. I've been away for a while, taking care of my mom while she had her knee surgery, her second knee surgery and stuff. So, and that went really great. She's doing really great. They've made a lot of progress on a joint replacement surgery here. I mean, just amazing how different this is than the first time she had joint replacement. So she's doing great. She's doing fine. I'm back home, getting ready to head out again pretty soon and stuff. But I'm still going to be here for a while on Married Girl in a Weird World, just for a little bit, probably till the end of the month. And then I'm going to be done and sort of moving over permanently to my new blog where I'm going to be doing a regional travel blog. And I'm really excited about that and doing this regional travel blog and showing you all the Pacific Northwest and all the wonderful stuff that I love about it and everything, and giving you tips and all this sort of stuff about traveling the Pacific Northwest. And so I'm really excited about that. And it's called Married Girl Takes on the Pacific Northwest. And so I hope you join me over there and stuff. And so, but today I'm going to be talking about some guilt. And oddly enough, some guilt about being a non worker. And I'm not talking about being unemployed. Unemployed and non worker are two different things. Unemployed means you're looking for a job, just aren't able to find a job and stuff, and that's a different story than being a person that does not work. A wife and mother, or just wife, that stays at home, and stuff. It can be sort of a guilty feeling sometimes. And I want to talk about my own feelings of guilt that I have sometimes regarding this, and I've talked to my husband about it and stuff. And he's like, no big deal. You should wear it. I said, but it's something that I do. And as I was talking about it yesterday with some other women on Twitter, I've come to find out there are some of us that do feel guilty about being stay at home wives and stay at home moms. We do have this feeling of guilt, and we're wondering why we have this feeling, especially when you've had a discussion amongst your family and you've decided that this is the way it's going to be. Where is the guilt coming from? There's guilt from outside, there's internal guilt that you may be feeling about it and stuff. And I was just going to discuss that today. And when my husband and I got married, I wasn't non-working, and stuff. I was working part-time and sometimes less than part-time, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, sometimes 3 or 4 and stuff. But what was going on was I was starting to have some health problems. And I stay at home for a different reason than everybody has a reason that they stay at home, or a stay-at-home wife, or stay-at-home mom. But I stay at home simply because of my health. My health was deteriorating and stuff and getting worse, and I needed time to be able to go back and forth to the doctor. I was also pregnant at that time, which was going to be a lot of doctor going at least once a week and heavy monitoring of blood sugar and food and all that stuff. No way I was going to be able to do that and work for anybody, not even part time. Okay, the way I had that strenuous schedule and stuff. And so I decided, well, we're not going to, he's like, you shouldn't work. And when you have this baby, I don't want you to work and stuff. And that was the decision that we made. Now, there's all kinds of folks on the outside who usually have questions, probably for women who don't work. Why don't you work? And why aren't you working? And why can't you get a job and stuff? And husbands may get that kind of questioning from their parents. Wives may get questioning from their family members, and I've had questioning from both. Oh, don't you feel like you're wasting your degree and all this stuff? And I'm thinking to myself, well, whatever it is you think I'm doing, which really you don't know, whatever it is you think I'm doing, I'm staying home. My husband and I discussed this. We made a decision. Why do I always have to somehow feel as if I have to, you know, I have to let everybody know why I made a decision, and so they can feel good about it. It don't matter if you don't feel good about the decision that I made. I feel good about the decision that I made and stuff, and that my husband and I made. It doesn't matter for everybody else. But for women, it's different. We get this sort of weird conundrum thing where we can't win for losing, particularly for black women, as black women who don't work. This is not the same as being a white woman that's a non-worker, a stay-at-home mom or wife is very different than being a black woman. Because the thought is that black women, listen, black women are workers. That's what we are known for. Of course, right off the slave ship, we're working, okay? And women are working pregnant, sick, whatever. We're working. And so our image is always as workers, and stuff. And when we're not working, we are seen as being lazy, we're seen as being trifling. We're seen as being gold diggers if we're wives. We can't really catch a break. And the thing is, it used to be if you were a woman and didn't work, it was a good, that was yay. It was that was a good thing, and stuff. Your husband was taking care of you and the family. That was great. Now it seems that if you don't work, you're some kind of lazy bum, and stuff. And it's like, boy, you can't. But if you are working, then it's some question of, well, he can't really take care of you and stuff. So it's like you can't win for losing. And as a black woman, it's even worse. When I'm out and about in the middle of the day, trust and believe I get a lot of strange looks, okay, of people wondering what I'm doing out in the middle of the day. If I'm in Nordstrom's shopping, or if I'm at the grocery store, or wherever I'm at, I get strange looks. Now, there's lots of white women with kids and some with non-kids, but there's just something about me being out that I think the thought is for everyone, why is she not at work? Why am I not working? Listen, let me tell you, every time I go to the nail shop in the middle of the day, I'm asked, "Oh, you off today?" And I go to the same nail shop. I've been going to the same nail shop forever. Okay. And every time I roll in there in 2 weeks, I'm like, I know y'all know me. And y'all, I know I told y'all this the last 2 weeks. I don't work, and stuff. But they still ask me, am I off? So after a while, I just started saying, yeah, I'm off. Because it's just so much easier than once again having to explain I don't work and then getting this sort of odd, quirky look of, why aren't you working, and stuff. And I'm just like, I can't take it. And it was starting to get on my nerves. So I'm just like, hey, but it's like you can't get a break. And then you feel this own internal guilt, because you feel guilty because you feel like you aren't financially contributing. You are, feel dependent and maybe like a burden. You feel, like, and me, I feel like an extra bill because I have a chronic illness that costs money and stuff, so sometimes I feel like an extra bill, and stuff. And it's just this sort of feeling of feeling bad, and stuff. When I've had this discussion with my husband and he's like, oh, okay, he's fine, which I really should be thankful that he's okay, and stuff, and he takes pride in taking care of his wife and all that good stuff, and he's okay with it and everything. I should be thankful and enjoy that he does that. But people won't, I won't, it's almost, I can't let myself enjoy it. Other people certainly won't let you enjoy it and stuff. And it's like this weird, odd conundrum. I get this feeling that and this is not even a feeling. Sometimes people, are openly hostile about me not working. Sometimes people are indirectly hostile about me working, and stuff. And I'm not just talking about, just you know, I'm not just talking about other white women, because I just think, many times when I have to deal with white women and they seem jealous and resentful that I don't work and stuff. Black women are usually just confused as to why I don't work, and stuff, and can't really get it. People seem to think that somehow I'm gold digging, and I'm like, how you gold dig? What? This is my husband. This is my husband. We're married. you know, and stuff. I've been accused of that before and stuff, or living off of a man. And I'm just like, this is my husband. How does that even make sense? But whatever. And, and stuff, and those sorts of things, because I don't work. But I think it's just because as black women, all of our lives, we have been directly and indirectly told and influenced that we need to work, that we know that we don't be dependent on anyone, that we should work. And I think when we don't, we feel so guilty and bad about it. Many times, many of us do, because you've always been told to work. And then you had a degree or something that you got and stuff, and people are telling you, well, why aren't you using that and stuff? Well, how do you know that I'm not using it? Maybe I'm using it in a way that's different than you thought, and stuff. But it seems whatever I contribute to my household, which is, my time and effort and helping my husband out and taking care of household business and encouraging him and appreciating him and all that sort of stuff. None of that seems to be, that's not enough unless I'm bringing in cash money. It's not enough. And, it's like, if you're not bringing in cash, if you're not bringing in a paycheck, then whatever else you're doing it's non-contributory to most people. It's not really contributing to a household and stuff. And you're seen and thought of as less than, and stuff, and let's not even get into whatever feminism is doing. That's why I tell you, that's why I don't join clubs, because clubs can't, they won't let you be who you are and do stuff in your own best interest. So later for the clubs and stuff. I'm trying to do what's best for my family and for me and stuff, and not feel guilty about doing it. And it's the first time that I'd ever even told anybody that I felt guilty. To tell you the truth, I often feel guilty about being a diabetic. Often, very often. I feel guilty about being a diabetic and being sick. Although I did nothing to become a diabetic, I just became one and stuff. But I often feel guilty about having type 1 diabetes and stuff. And although I've had it for 34 years, I still feel very guilty about having it, and stuff. That's why I try my best to take care of myself so I don't end up being a burden on anybody and stuff. Because there's nothing I could do about being a diabetic and stuff. And there's nothing I could do about sort of the slight downhill slant that it's taking now at the later years of my life. There's just nothing. My hope is to just make that slower, and so I have to take care of myself to do that. My health is my number one priority at all times. It's my number one priority. And, it's like I can't do that because people think, well, you need to work and stuff. Well, it takes a lot of time to be a diabetic and stuff. And although I look fine, it's the weird thing about having diabetes. Although I look fine, I'm not fine. Although I look perfectly healthy, I'm not healthy. And I have tried to get disability, which is just impossible because you almost got to be dying to get that and stuff. I try to do the best to take care of myself. But there is, the fact is that eventually my disease will kill me, and I just am trying to slow that process down, and stuff, and hopefully live, you know some more years. But I have to do that through caring for myself. So my husband is like, hey, I'd rather you care for yourself and make sure you're okay than have you out here working and then you're sick, and you're in bad health and all this sort of stuff. Now, it doesn't mean that I would never go back to work. At this time, I'm just not. And for people who are working, stay-at-home moms and stay-at-home wives who are working, I want us to not, it's black women who are stay-at-home wives and stay-at-home, I want us to not feel guilty about that. I want us to not put the burden of what you're supposed to be as a black woman on your back, and stuff. We're all different. We have different lives. We have different things going on. If your husband can afford to have you guys, or you stay at home with the kids and take care of the kids, find that as a blessing, because so many people can't do that and wish that they could. I mean, my husband has a good enough career that I can stay home, and stuff. And I can take care of myself and, do the stuff I need to do in the household and all this sort of stuff. And we're okay with that arrangement. That's the arrangement we've made, and stuff. And I've had to tell people and, set boundaries with folks about not interfering about that or not questioning what we've done as two adults. Listen, I don't ask anybody to pay my bills. I don't ask people to pay my bills. I don't ask people for nothing. Okay. Nobody pays my bills. Nobody pays for groceries. I'm not running to somebody's house trying to get a meal. I'm not living at somebody else's house and stuff. I live in my own house. We pay our own bills. We do fine. We live on a budget and stuff, and yeah, it's a little bit of a tight budget, but we can still go out and enjoy ourselves every once in a while and all this stuff. But I'm not asking nobody for nothing, and stuff. And so it always kind of surprises me that people seem so interested in contributing or wanting to understand. Listen, if I'm not asking you for nothing, it's not your business. If I'm not asking you for anything, then what does it matter to you what I'm doing? Now, if I was asking you for something, hey, you can question all you want to. I can understand that. But I'm not asking you for nothing. And so, why are you questioning what I do and why I do it and how my household works, and stuff. And why am I feeling guilty about how my household? I should just be enjoying and appreciating this that I have this, and stuff. But it's like, it's in between all these external and internal forces telling you that, well, you're not doing enough, you're not doing enough, you're not doing enough, but you're doing enough. Okay, you're doing enough. And I wanted to discuss this because, I wanted to think about my own kind of my own life and what's going on in my own life and what's going on in my own head and how I feel about myself, and stuff. And the weird part is I found other people that kind of felt that same way. And we just all asking, why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are we feeling guilty about something, that, like I say, we've made a decision within our household to do. Why am I, now at the having, subjugating myself to other people who are, who are jealous or mad, or they want you to do what they want you to do, and stuff. They want to control you and stuff, and stuff. It's like that don't have nothing to do with me. That's their stuff. So why am I taking that in to myself and feeling this way, and stuff? You're contributing to your home. You're taking care of your husband. You're probably taking care of yourself, which is a good thing, and stuff. He needs you here as long as he can have you. He wants to have you here. I mean, really, and stuff. And you all are, if you're loving on each other and appreciating each other and all that stuff, then the rest of it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, my husband is a wonderful, wonderful husband. He's a wonderful person. And I appreciate him so much, and what he does, and stuff. And I try to show him that as much as I can, and stuff. So it's nice to not have to do that. Now, like I say, at some point, I may fall back into work or start working again and stuff, But that's really a decision that he and I make as a family. That has nothing else to do with anybody. It has nothing to do with anybody else, and stuff. That's just kind of how that is, And I shouldn't have to feel guilty because my husband is taking care of me. And my husband shouldn't have to feel guilty because he's a good husband willing to take care of his wife. What kind of mess is that? You know, he should take pride in it. I should take pride in it. And I shouldn't be dissing my blessing, essentially, because that's what he is. I shouldn't be doing that and stuff. I just, I had a hard time. First marriage had a, I mean, a hard time. First marriage, and stuff. And, he just, he makes my life better. And so why should I be feeling guilty about that? And why should I be letting people make me feel guilty about that because, they wish they were in my shoes or whatever, Like I say, they don't have nothing to do with me. That's them. So I want to enjoy my husband and enjoy that he loves taking care of me and enjoy that I love him and he loves me and and everybody else be damned. Y'all do whatever it is that y'all do. I want for, folks who are, you know, having this discussion to, yeah, be okay. And I say, you have a husband, talk to him about how you feel. I talked to my husband. He made me feel a lot better about this because I'm feeling these guilty feelings and I hadn't really said anything, and, the kind of anxiety about, and stuff. And he was just like, don't worry, this is a decision that we've made. And so, and I think it's important that if you're feeling this, you discuss it with your husband and stuff. And, you come together as a family, it doesn't matter what folks outside of your nuclear family think about it, what your family may think about it, what his family may think about it, what all the world may think about it. It only matters within your household. And as I said, if you guys are paying your own bills, doing your own thing and all this stuff, taking care of your own business, then, everybody else needs to go have several seats. That's the best I could say right now. So that's just the end of my little talk about that today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Thursday. I hope it's beautiful where you are. It's getting beautiful here. It was raining and thundering and storming early this morning, but the sun has shown up and come out. So we'll be having a good rest of the day. And I'll talk to you guys probably next week. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.